Hey kids, it's me, Teacher A. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to get probabilities using Venn diagrams. Okay, let's start. By the way, do you know what probability means? Okay, it means possibility. Okay, it tells us the chance or likelihood of a particular event to happen. So, ang probability, it is the possibility or chance na mangyayari ang isang event. So, how do you write a probability? Okay? Probability can be expressed as a decimal, a fraction, or a percentage. It makes sense, right? Because we can convert one form to another form, right? We can convert a decimal to a percentage form, right? Or vice versa. We can convert a fraction to decimal or vice versa. And please take note that probability is a value from 0 to 1. Okay? Pero in terms of percentage, from 0% to 100%. So how do we get probability using Venn diagram? So this is how you do it. So let's have a set A. Okay, and again, this set A is contained in a given universal set. What is the universal set? It is the biggest set in consideration. Some possible Venn diagrams for this set A are this. Okay, you can have a single set here contained in a universal set. Pwede namang may ka-intersection siyang isa pang set or pwede silang tatlo. Okay, basta kapag sinabi kong set A, ito lang mga shaded portion na yan ang i-consider ninyo. Now, let's have this. Okay, N of A. Okay, na-introduce ko na ito dun sa previous video ko. Okay, so N of A is the cardinality of set A. What do we mean by cardinality of a set? It tells us the number of elements in a given set. Okay, siya yung magsasabi kung ilan ba ang nandoon sa loob ng ating set A. Now, we define the probability that A will happen. Okay, this is our notation. P of A, the probability of A. This one is given by this formula. What do we mean by this fraction? Okay, ano yung N of A? This gives us the number of elements in the set A. Okay, yung N of U, this gives us the number of elements in the universal set. So, ito yon. So, to get the probability that A will happen, okay, all you have to do is to count the number of elements in the given set A, and then you divide it by the total number of elements in consideration. So, let's use this formula in getting probabilities. This is the first example, okay? So, this Venn diagram shows the 3 extracurricular activities in which the senior class participate. Okay. Now, before dealing with probabilities, make sure that you count all the elements of the universal set. Okay, what do I mean by that? I-add ninyo lahat ng numbers na nakikita nyo dito. Ang common mistake dito, usually kasi nakakalimutan yung numbers sa labas ng overlapping circles. Okay? So, please always remember the number outside the overlapping circles. Okay? So, if you do the math here, okay, what is N of U? Or what is the total number of elements here? Okay? What do you get? You will get 288. Again, before answering any question using Venn diagrams, you always get muna the total number of elements involved. All right? Okay, this is the first question. If a student is randomly chosen, what is the probability that the student participates in athletics or drama? Let me show you first the Venn diagram that represents the students who participate in athletics or drama. Ito siya. Okay? Ito yung circle for the drama, tapos ito naman yung circle for athletics. Now, we are going to get the probability of A or D. A for athletics, D for drama. Okay? So again, anong ibig sabihin ng or? Okay, it means union. We get the probability of A union D. So, ito yon. So, how do we get the probability again using Venn diagram? We count the number of elements in the given set. So, bibilangin natin kung ilan ang elements ng A union D. Okay? Yung N of U, it's 288. Okay? So, you may want to add all the numbers that you see in the shaded portion. Or para mas mabilis, pwede niyong tingnan, di ba yung buong ito, 288 lahat. Right? Pwede niyong i-minus sa 288 yung 51 at saka yung 10. So, it's like 288 minus 61. And you will get 227. Okay? Same yun sa magiging sagot kapag pinag-add niyo yung 38, 30, 10, 4, 8, and 127. Okay? Mas mabilis nga lang gawin yung 288, yung buo. Okay? And then, tatanggalin natin yung 10 at saka yung 51. So, this is the probability that the randomly chosen student participates in athletics or drama. Let's have another example here. So, again, a student is randomly chosen, but this time, we are asked to get the probability that the student participates only in drama and band. Can you imagine kung anong itsura ng Venn diagram natin that will represent this problem? Okay? So, kung titingnan natin ito, yung original Venn diagram, okay, where is drama? Ito yon. This is the circle for drama, and then this one is the circle for band. Okay? Pag sinabing drama and band, intersection yon. So, nasan ba yung intersection nila? Ito, yung 30 at saka 10. Right? Pero, sabi dito, only in drama and band. So, we don't take this number, yung 10, hindi natin pwede ito isali. Kasi itong number na ito, yeah, gusto rin niya ang drama and band, pero gusto rin niya ng athletics. So, hindi siya pwede kasi dapat only in drama and band. So, we only consider this number. So, that's why the Venn diagram that will represent this particular problem is this one. Now, since this shaded portion here is not D intersection B, hindi, right? Kasi hindi natin sinama yung 10. Wala tayong pangalan para dito sa set na ito. Okay? So, we let E, okay, be this set. Okay? Ano yung set na yon? E is the set of students who participate only in drama and band. So, bakit kailangan pangalanan ko? Para ganito ko isulat yung probability. Okay? We want to get the probability of E. Okay? So, how do we get again the probability? We count the number of elements in E and then divide it by 288. Okay? The total number of elements involved. So, it is equal to 30 over 288. Okay? Now, this is not yet the final answer because it is not yet in simplest form. Like this. Okay? So, paano ko ito ginawa? Dinivide ko ang numerator by 6. Dinivide ko rin ang denominator by 6. Let's have this second example. Okay? This Venn diagram represents the students' probabilities of choosing either science or math as their favorite subject. Note that the numbers that you see here are all probabilities already. So, there's no need to use the probability formula that we've been using in example 1. Let's say we want to get the probability of M. So, this is the probability that a randomly chosen student has math as his or her favorite subject. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, ito lang i-consider nyo. Okay? So, kung ano yung nakikita nyong shaded portion, i-add nyo lang. So, that will be the probability of M. Okay? So, you have 0.35 plus 0.20. So, you will get 0.55. So, 55% of grade 10 students has math as their favorite subject. What about P of S? Ilan naman ang percentage ng grade 10 students na gusto science? Okay? So, ito naman ang Venn diagram na magre-represent dyan. Okay? The circle for science. Okay? So, i-add up nyo lang lahat ng nakikita nyong decimals dito. Okay? So, it's 0.20 plus 0.25. You will get 0.45. So, it means that 45% of the grade 10 students like science. Okay? Third question on this Venn diagram. What is the probability of M union S? So this time, we get the probability that a randomly chosen student likes math or science. So how do we do that? Using Venn diagram, ganito siya. Okay? You take the union of these two sets. Okay? So you may want to add these 3 decimals here, or pwede nyong gawin, di ba? 1 unit ang buong ito, 1. So 1 minus 0.2. Okay? You will get 0.8. Okay? If you check, if you add all these 3 decimals here, you will also get 0.8. Now, if you want to do extra solution here, let me show you this. Okay? So here, we have 2 sets. Okay? Sets A and B. Alright? Okay. This is equal to, tingnan nyo ha, si set A, and then, dadagdagan ko ng set B. But what do you notice? Tingnan nyo, na-double count yung intersection. Kasi kasama na siya dito kay set A. Kasama ulit siya dito kay set B. So, nag-double count, right? So, we need to subtract 1 intersection. Given this relationship among Venn diagrams, pwede rin itong i-apply sa probabilities. This one is A union B. So, the probability of A union B is equal to probability of A for this Venn diagram plus probability of B for this Venn diagram. Then finally, minus the probability of A intersection B. You can apply this formula to the given problem here. The probability of M union S is equal to probability of M plus probability of S minus probability of M intersection S. Okay? So, titingnan nyo lang yung Venn diagram. Ano yung probability ng M? 0.55. Ano yung probability ng S? 0.45. And then, minus 0.20. Kasi yun yung intersection. Alright? Okay, and of course, you will get 0.80 also. Okay, let's have this fourth question. What is the probability of M prime? Okay, so you may want to consider this Venn diagram. Okay, yung mga shaded portion, yun yung nagre-represent ng M prime. Right? So, hindi kasama yung M. So, yung nakikita nyo lang na numbers dito, i-add nyo lang. So, you will get 0.45. There's another way to get P of M prime. Okay? So, you may want to consider this whole thing, di ba? 1 to. Okay? And then, minus the probability of M. If you do that, ang matitira, itong mga shaded portion. Okay? You'll have this. 1 minus probability of M. Of course, you will get 0.45 also. Let's have this last question. What is the probability of A intersection B prime? Okay? So, ang Venn diagram niyan, ito. Okay? Ito yung A intersection B, pero sabi dito, prime. Okay? Or complement. So, ibig sabihin yung nasa labas niya. Ito lahat yun, yung shaded portion. Okay? So, you may want to add all the decimals that you see on the shaded portion. And you will get 0.80. Okay? Or, since this one is a complement, okay, kagaya nung number 4, one way to do it is using this formula. What is the probability of A intersection B? It is 0.20. So we have 1 minus 0.20. The answer is also 0.80. Okay? For examples 3 and 4, I'm not going to discuss it step by step, just like what we did in examples 1 and 2, because kamukha lang naman sila nun. I'm just going to guide you in the next 2 examples. All right? So this is example number 3. Okay, so there's a math camp, okay, where students can play Rubik's Cube, Tangrams, and Sudoku. So this is the Venn diagram showing the number of students who joined the camp. Okay, this is the first question. Okay, what is the probability that a randomly chosen student played tangrams or Sudoku? Okay? So if you check, ito lang naman yung Venn diagram niya. So ibig sabihin, we get the probability of T or S. Right? T for tangrams, S for Sudoku. What do we mean by or? Union. Okay? How do we get the probability? We count the number of elements. Okay? O bago ko makalimutan, okay? If you're given a Venn diagram, you get muna the total number of elements involved. And one more thing, do not forget the number outside the 3 overlapping circles here. Okay? Etong number na ito. Okay? If you do that, if you add all the numbers there, you will get 50. Okay? So that's why we have n of u equals 50. Okay? And then, if you add all the numbers here, doon sa union ng tangrams and Sudoku, you will get 33. Now, of course, ang hirap mag-add kasi ang dami nito. Right? What is the other way of getting 33? Ganito. Diba, itong buong to, 50. Now, from 50, tanggalin nyo lang yung 15 and 2. Okay? So, bale 50 minus 17. You will get 33 as well. So, this is the probability that a randomly chosen student played tangrams or Sudoku. Okay? The next question is, kamukhang-kamukha lang siya ng first question. But this time, the randomly chosen student played Rubik's Cube or Sudoku. Okay? So, parang ito lang yung dalawang circle na involved. Okay? So, yan lang yan. Siguro, ang gusto ko lang i-take note dito is, huwag kayong magsa-stop dito sa 40 over 50. Okay? Again, how do we get 40? Siyempre, you add all the numbers dito sa shaded portion na ito. Pero what is the easier way? 50 to, itong buong to, 50, i-minus nyo yung dalawang numbers na ito, yung wala sa shaded portion, which is equal to 10 lang naman. So, you have 50 minus 10, you get 40. Okay? So, after getting 40 over 50, huwag kayo mag-stop dito because this is not yet in simplest form. Right? You have to write it in its lowest term. So, like that, 4/5. Okay? So, this is the final answer. Okay? Last example. 50 students were surveyed about their favorite fruit. Okay? Tapos, ito yung Venn diagram nila. We have mango, apple, banana. Okay? First thing first, we need to get the total number of elements involved. Okay? So, actually given naman na dito sa problem, ayan o, 50 students. But if you want to check, you may want to add all the numbers here, including this number outside the overlapping circles, and you will get 50 also. This is the first question. Okay? So, parang maghahanap lang kayo ng mga key terms. For example, dito, mango and apple. Diba? So, ang Venn diagram niya ay ito. Okay? Intersection ng mango at saka apple. Kasi ang ibig sabihin ng and, intersection. Yeah? Okay, so if you want to get the probability, yan yun. Probability of M and A. Again, M for mango, A for apple. Okay? Ang and means intersection. Okay? And how do we get the probability? Ganyan. We count the number of elements. Ilang students ang nasa intersection ni M at ni A? 5. So that's why you have this. 5 over 50. Again, this is not yet your final answer kasi kailangan isulat in its lowest term, which is 1 over 10. Let's have another question. So the key terms here are banana or apple. So using Venn diagram, ang kailangan lang natin is the union of these two sets. Right? Okay, so we get the probability of B or A. B for banana, A for apple. What is OR again? Union. How do we get the probability? We count the number of elements. Okay? So we get 38 over 50. What is the easier way to get 38? Kasi medyo madami-dami ito kapag inad natin. Paano ulit? Diba? 50 itong buong to. 50 minus yung dalawang number na wala dun sa shaded portion. So, minus 12. Okay, so 50 minus 12, you will get 38. Again, this is not yet your final answer. Okay, what is 38 over 50 in lowest form? It is 19 over 25. We divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2. Last question. What are the key terms? Only both mango and banana. If you check our Venn diagram here, where is the portion that represents mango and banana? Nasaan ba yun? Ito yung mango, ito yung banana. So, ito ang intersection nila. Okay? Now, nakalagay kasi dyan, only both mango and banana. So, you cannot include 2 here because itong dalawang to gusto rin ng apple. Kasi nasa loob siya nitong circle for apple. So, hindi ito. So, ito lang 5 na yan. Okay? So, this is your Venn diagram. Okay? So, again, wala tayong special name for this set. So, let's give this portion a name. Okay? So, let E be the set of students who have only both mango and banana as his or her favorite fruit. Okay? Now, the probability of this set E is equal to, we count the number of elements. Ilan ang elements ng ating set E? 5. Ilan ang elements ng ating universal set? 50. So we have this one. Okay? Is this our final answer? Not yet, because this is not yet in its lowest term. Okay? So divide both the numerator and the denominator by 5, you will get 1 over 10. So I think that's it. I hope you learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video to your friends, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.